her treasured Nan, her favourite person in the world, delicate as a fragile vase, yet so strong of spirit. It was hard to breathe against the sudden panic and sadness swamping her insides. Justin explained he was visiting his folks who lived next door to her Nan, when he had gone around to see her and found her poorly. He'd called an ambulance and went along with her to the hospital. He gave Izzie details of where to find them when she arrived. "I'll get the train." Izzie's words squeezed past the lump in her throat. "I was due to come up north tomorrow to visit." She grimaced, feeling guilty and wishing she was already up in Blackpool. "Justin, are you able to stay with Nan, just till I arrive?" "Course." "I'll be on the next train out of Euston. Thanks, I really appreciate everything." "That's okay." She set the phone in its cradle and called for a cab whilst she threw a few things in a rucksack, all the while whispering over and over, "Please be all right, Nan. Please." At the same time she shoved down the gratitude that welled up towards Justin, the warmth his voice triggered inside her, giving rise to random visions of them running, laughing, sharing everything and holding one another so tight, believing the closeness they had would last forever. Promising one another it would last forever. Those random visions and sensations were immediately followed by the needle-sharp pain of broken promises, the deepest disappointment she had ever known. It was piercing, buried deep inside years ago. It was almost 6 years since they had planned to meet on her 23rd birthday. That date was burned into her soul. Yet, after hearing his voice, it felt like only yesterday. She didn't want to feel anything like that ever again. He'd let her down. Until minutes ago, it had all been locked safely away. It was a shock to acknowledge what Justin had tossed aside, and that it still hurt when she let herself glimpse what they'd had. He would be different now. His successful photography career had seen him travel the world, meet so many different people, dating and photographing many beautiful women, his work appearing in glossy magazines galore. But as she boarded the train at Euston, the anxiety of reaching her Nan, the worry that she might not be okay, took over all of her thoughts. She willed the train faster. Faster. Chapter 2. Izzie. Blackpool, Thursday, May the 25th, 2017. Just a few hours later, Izzie ran into Blackpool Victoria Hospital to be met by Justin. She could hardly get the words out for a mixture of emotion and the fear of being too late. He held open the ward door and indicated to a single room further down the hallway. "Molly's hanging on, Izzie." Entering the room and easing into the plastic bedside chair, she took the frail, freckled hand in hers. "Hello, Nan. What have you been getting up to?" She smiled when her Nan's eyelids fluttered in response to her words. "I've come a day early. We can catch up with any plans you have in mind. I love you." All the love Izzie felt for this feisty, beautiful woman seemed to lodge in her chest, an overwhelming weight. This strong woman had given Izzie somewhere to run to, a haven to escape to so many times in her young life. Nan was the best. She called Izzie her little pal, loved her unconditionally. They'd spent hours in the fresh air, either on the beach, paddling, or walking the promenade. "Do you remember when Grandpop came along with us to the beach? How we always took a bat and ball?" Izzie's memory was jogged by her own mention of her Grandpop. Barely breaking contact for a second, she dug a framed photograph from her rucksack's front pocket and set it on the bedside locker. It was the same one she knew her Nan had by her bed at home. Nan and Grandpop in profile, laughing happily together. "There, Grandpop's with you now too." Izzie ran the back of her forefinger gently down Nan's cheek. The skin was smooth over her cheekbones, lines sinking away.